On July 1st, Toyota unveiled their first affordable self-charging hybrid, the Urban Cruiser Hyryder. And since then, we have been excited to get our hands on one. And today, the day has finally arrived. So hello and welcome to TOI Auto, my friends. And stay tuned as we check out the Hyryder's design, specifications and features. And most importantly, test out the hybrid drivetrain that this low-emissions SUV offers. Alright, before we dive into the Hyryder's hybrid bits, let's talk about design first. On the front, as you can see, the LED projector headlights are placed below the LED DRLs. There is also use of a good amount of chrome, and then there is this acrylic grille which has a carbon fiber finish. Below there is a large air dam, and there is also a metallic grey color scuff plate. The modern but contemporary design language also continues to the side profile of the Hyryder. With the strong shoulder line, squared off wheel arches and the 17-inch machined alloy wheels and a generous glass area, it all comes together and makes up for a well-proportioned package. Alright, so let's finish up by looking at the design of the rear side of the Hyryder SUV. As you can see, the C theme has been continued with these LED brake lights, and the chrome bits are also here with this plaque in the middle of the boot. Then you have the indicators and the reverse parking lamps in a separate housing like we used to see in yesteryear SUVs. Then there is also the continuation of the metallic grey scuff plate at the back here. Now let's open up the boot and see what kind of space we have on offer here. Now once we've opened up the boot of the Hyryder, you will notice the high loading bay area that is on offer in this SUV. But hybrids, you have to understand that they are inherently having low storage space in the back because of the battery pack that sits below the floorboard. Then, as you can already see that we have a bit of our production equipment sitting in the boot right now, and Toyota has also given you some space below the floorboard to keep some tidbits. Apart from that, there is a parcel tray on offer as well to keep your belongings hidden from the plain sight of view. But the pleasant surprise here is that Toyota has also managed to give you a full-size spare wheel, but that you will have to access from below the car. Well, now we're inside the Hyryder's cabin and let's see what is on offer here. I personally like the blacked out treatment to the cabin of the Hyryder because it looks sporty and is easier on maintaining in the long term as well. And then the first thing that will grab your attention is the 9-inch touchscreen, which has a floating setup here in the middle. There is also a 7-inch digital driver display in the center of the instrument panel. One thing that you will notice is this leatherette treatment in the middle of the dashboard, which has a dark brown color similar to what we have seen earlier in the Fortuner models. Then there are physical but pretty slim buttons for some reason for the different functions of the aircon here in the Hyryder. A button for the traction control off sits right in the middle with 4 mock buttons beside it. Then you come to the Hyryder's wireless charger that is on offer here as well. Unlike a lot of recent launches, the Hyryder does not come with automatic parking brake. Instead, you have a physical handbrake lever in the center, and right beside it you have 2 cup holders, and above that you have the controls for the EV mode, drive mode and the ventilated seats function that the Hyryder offers on the front seats. The ventilated seat functions comes in 3 fan modes and does a good job of keeping you comfortable on a hot sunny day. The side bolstering as well is pretty cushiony on the front seats, and overall the sitting is very comfortable. Coming to the rest of the gadgetry inside the cabin of the Hyryder, we have a 360-degree camera on offer. Then we also have an HUD display right on the front of the driver display. Now, while we got done with all of this new elements inside the Hyryder's cabin, it's on the driver side that you will find some similarities with Toyota's JV partner, such as the buttons on the steering wheel, the overall shape as well, and also the materials used on the steering wheel and the controls for the Bluetooth calling and disconnecting options. Then the power window switchboard as well on the side will remind you of their partners here in India. Now that we're done with the front section, let's talk about the rear seat comfort of the Hyryder SUV as well. The black and dark brown theme is continued, and you have rear AC vents here as well. Then you have a USB-A port, a USB-C port. You also have bottle storage in the doors that can hold up to a 1-liter bottle that we have already tested. Then in terms of sitting, the front seat has been adjusted according to my height, and my height is 5'11", and as you can see, I still have a lot of knee room, but not much of under thigh support here. In the head space area, not a lot of space on offer here, but the panoramic sunroof does help in giving you a airy feeling to the cabin. Then you also have the option of reclining your seats a bit, but I have to tell you it is not much. It is a maximum of 5 to 10 mm, as I have just demonstrated. However, both you and me are here for this. The Hyryder's 1.5-liter TNGA Atkinson cycle 3-cylinder motor that produces 92 PS of power and 122 Newton meters of torque. Combined with the electric motor, the Hyryder produces a total of 115 PS of power and has a claimed efficiency of 27.97 kilometers to the liter. So let's take this out for a spin and check out how the Hyryder self-charging hybrid drives with its combined drivetrain. Your hybrid journey begins from the word go, as the engine does not kick in upon ignition, but all functions such as entertainment and air conditioning are working, just like it would be in an electric vehicle. At crawl speeds and standstill, the Hyryder remains on electric for most of the part, with the engine kicking in periodically to maintain optimum charge in the battery pack. The transition between petrol and EV is noticeable, but mainly in an auditory sense. Once settled in and on the go, you will notice that while the SUV goes into ICE mode when you give acceleration input, it immediately goes into EV mode when coasting, driving below 60 km per hour, or in traffic situations. It was nice to understand that on a typical journey to work, local market, or more, the Hyryder Strong Hybrid will behave as an EV for the most part. Then there is the moment of two cheers when your eye goes on the fuel efficiency readings. During our drive, we were able to churn out 25 plus kilometers to the liter, which is outstanding for a compact SUV in this segment. However, all these winning propositions come at a cost, and that is the outright performance. While on paper, the Hyryder boasts of a combined power output of 115 PS and 122 Newton meters torque, that performance figure does not translate into instant velocity when you push the pedal down. What is communicated very clearly to you is the 3-cylinder Atkinson cycle engine's discomfort in a very vocal noise. This can be attributed to the 1.5-liter motor's Atkinson cycle architecture, as it offers reduced power due to short intake strokes at low speeds, where the electric motor assists and squeezes out maximum efficiency for fuel at higher speeds due to full-length expansion stroke. That is why such engines are widely used in hybrids across the board. Another factor that might need some getting used to is the CVT gearbox that has a typical rubber band effect when accelerating. The response does get quicker in sport mode, where the car performs more readily. On the handling front, the Hyryder Strong Hybrid left us impressed with its body control and how comfortably it can take you over bad patches. The cabin does not make any noise and offers good NVH levels. However, the steering gets too light at high speeds for our taste, and the motor gets really vocal under hard acceleration, We hope to get a chance to experience the all-wheel drive version soon and will report on it shortly after. So Toyota is offering the Hyryder SUV in a wide set of configurations. For what is likely to be the most affordable strong hybrid in the country, the Hyryder features a modern design, a feature-packed cabin and decent performance as well. Yes, we agree that the Toyota Hyryder might not be the most exciting car to drive in its segment, but then you are investing in the strong hybrid technology here, which offers excellent fuel efficiency, which is acclaimed 27.97 kilometers to the liter, but during our test drive we found it to be north of 25 kmpl, and we are certain that that will also go up in city conditions. So the prices for the Hyryder are not out yet, so we cannot directly pit it against the existing competition in terms of how it has been priced, which is an important factor in the Indian market. From what we experienced today, the Hyryder is pretty impressive, and it remains to be seen how it is in the all-wheel drive avatar. Once the prices come out, we would like to have the opportunity to revisit the Hyryder and see how it stacks against the competition. Tell us what you thought about the Hyryder Strong Hybrid in the comment section below. Do remember to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more such automotive content and reviews. Till then, this is Amber Banerjee signing out.